Hey guys, if you're like me, you're very curious about how things work and how computers work and how they come together in order to become the products that we know and love and buy at the store today. Today we're going to be looking at a computer and how we're going to turn it into a router. So without further ado, let's dive right in and take a look. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go to the Vyatta website here, and you need to go to the bottom. There's also a couple videos, but go to the bottom, get the stable version, and that should work for you. Also, I recommend ISO to USB in order to make it a bootable drive, or Rufus works, but I had more luck with ISO to USB just for the specific version. And that should be about it. I'm going to use VMware for today just because it's easier, and I do have it set up on my computer, but for demonstration's sake I'll put it on here. Alright, so first things first, you just want to want to go into live. And just let it do its thing, and you should come to the screen. Perfect. So this, the initial login is VyOS, password VyOS. Alright. And that's good. So we can show interfaces, and these are all the physical interfaces on our device. So if you have 5 Ethernet ports and a fiber port, it'll show up. So as you can see, we have ETH0 and we have ETH1, which those are what we're going to use today. So we'll probably set up ETH0 as coming from our modem, so that would be from our getting our IP address from the internet. So first things we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go into configuration mode. Alright, now we're in configure mode. Alright, so first things we're going to want to do is set the interface Ethernet ETH0, and we're going to give it an address. Here, I'll show you guys. Those are all the possible things that you could keep going with. See, so under Ethernet ETH0, we can give it an address, bridge it, give it a description, all sorts of stuff. Put a firewall on it. Alright. Or you can create a virtual interface, which is a VLAN, and that helps a lot when you're working with big sites. Usually residential doesn't need VLANing, but it will prove useful if you want to pursue this further and go dive deeper. And I'll do a demonstration on it a little bit later. So what we're going to want to do is set interface ETH0 address, and we're going to make it DHCP. Boom. So now we can set interface ETH1 address. Let's give it a 192.168.1.1-24. And then let's give it a description. Let's call it LAN1. Let's also give this guy a description of 1. ETH0, a description of 1. That way we know what's going on. And that should about do it. Now we set the IP addresses for the interfaces. As you can see, ETH1 is 1.1 and ETH0 we set up here, ETH0 is going to be DHCP, which means that it's automatically going to receive an address from another router. which is perfect. That's what we want. The other router will be giving us internet, and it'll be giving us an IP address from the modem, so that'll be perfect. So next thing we're going to want to do is set service DHCP server, and that's going to give out allow different devices on your network, your internal network, and it makes it so you don't have to statically assign each device. You just put in the Wi-Fi password, and it already gives you an address, and you're already done. So we're going to set DHCP server shared network name LAN1, and under that we're going to put a subnet of 192.168.1.0-24. Very important. For the DHCP servers, they need to end with a .0, and for the LAN, they need to end with a, on my LAN I put a 1.1, and that's how they line up. -24 meaning it's a 255.255.255 subnet. So that should be good. Oops. Perfect. And let's make a range for it. You can't have a DHCP server without a range. I'm going to start at 21, and I'm going to stop at 199. Alright. So let's commit that. And save. Commit. Basically what commit does is it makes the changes that you have set enabled. But if you reboot the device, say your configuration is bad, you can reboot the device and it'll go back to its old version, or the old programming that you had on there. So if you hit save, that'll make it so that it'll survive a boot, which is very important. There was a time once where I did a whole configuration, and then on reboot it changed the whole configuration and made it kind of nasty. So that should be good. Let's go exit, and let's go show interfaces again. Boom, there we go. So we have a 42.133 for our WAN. We might even be able to ping Google's DNS. There you go, we're reaching the internet. That's perfect. Now, if you guys really want to do this project and you guys want to really try something new out and exciting, you'll install this onto a USB with the ISO to USB application I talked about earlier. And then what you're going to do is, when you're not in configuration mode, see how there's no edit, that means I'm not in configuration mode, you're going to, I believe it's set. If you hit the question mark key, it'll give you a list of possible completions. So what we're going to do is we're going to install, you can see here, install a new system. And that'll install it on your computer. Make sure that you only you have a drive in there that you don't really care about, or you already know is already wiped. And you're going to install system. See, and the possible completion is enter, because that's all that's there. So install system. Let's keep that auto, unless you want to go parted, which will bring you into the command line. And you can mess around with the partitions. However, I don't recommend it unless you really know what you're doing. I'm going to exit or quit, I think it is. There we go. Alright, so let's go back, install system, and I'll show you what it does. I think you have to type it in. Yes. Sure. And it should do its thing. It'll take just a little bit. It'll set up GrubLoader for you, which is a bootloader, and it'll allow you access into a Linux distribution. So there it is. Just let it do its thing. If you could just keep hitting enter and saying yes to everything, it works out pretty good as long as you have plenty of space on the hard drive. This is a very minimal operating system, so it doesn't take up many resources, which is good. And that should about do it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys learned something today, and let me know if you guys want to see anything new and cool and exciting. I'm always trying new things to try and diversify a little bit. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much.